So before starting how to learn how to Rubik's Cube, you need to know the basics on cube turning and cube notation so that you're able to learn the rest of the concepts needed. So one of them is notation, of course, so the size of the Rubik's Cube that you're turning and what they are called. So here I've just written out all the moves that are relevant when being a beginner. So we have R, U, F, L, B, and D. So R is just the right face, U is the top face, F is the front face, L is the left face, B is the back face, and D is the bottom face, or the down face. So most of these moves, well, all of them, they have 3 different variations, and here I just used R, so the right face, just to explain. So R by itself just means moving the right side clockwise. So if you were to hold the cube like this, moving the right side, this is this face going clockwise. R prime is with the apostrophe, it's just going counterclockwise. So R prime like this, the R face is going counterclockwise. And now we have R2, that's just moving the right face twice. And you can do this in any direction. There is technically R2 prime that could be written, but as a beginner, you only know the R2, and doing R2 or R2 prime, it's the same move because it's 4 faces. So here I've written out an algorithm, and this is actually called the T-perm. The reason why we call these string of letters algorithms is because we know what they're gonna do. So a T-perm, we know what a T-perm is gonna do. So if I do this algorithm, I know that it's gonna switch these corners and switch these edges every single time if I do this exact move, this exact string of moves. So you can try following this on your cube to see if you know how this algorithm works just by looking at the notation. So now that we've gone over the notation, we can go over how to actually solve the Rubik's Cube. So the first step to solving a Rubik's Cube is actually getting all of the white edges. So these are edge pieces and these are corner pieces. So we want every edge with the white sticker on it to go to the top, which would be yellow. In this case, since we're doing the beginner's method, we're going to be solving the white side first, and then we're working up to the yellow side. Here on this cube, I've shown what the first step is going to be, and it's, of course, making this sort of dandelion looking thing on the yellow center. So yeah, this step is actually called the dandelion. So how will we do this on an actual cube? So we want to get all of the white stickers to face the top like this. So now we can see, we can just pick any white sticker. In this case, we are going to do this one. This one is just one move away. So we can just do like this. And now this one, this white and red piece is already in the top layer. However, it is not facing the correct direction. As you can see, it's facing to the side instead of facing up like how all of these are. So how do we fix this? We can fix this by first taking it out of the top layer because it's wrong. So we're taking it like this. Now as you can see, we're setting it up to be one move away from the top layer. And bam, now we got this this red and white piece facing up. Now here we have another piece, and it's on the bottom layer. As you can see, if we were to just move this up by itself, it's not going to face the right direction, and it's going to take out this red piece as well. So how we want to do this is we can move it up just one time and make sure that the side that we're doing on doesn't affect any of the pieces that we've already done. So bam, we do it once, and as you can see, we've set it up to one move to go to the top layer. Now as you can see, if we move it to the top layer just as is, we're going to get rid of this white blue that we just solved. So we want to undo that, move this blue out of the way, and make sure we have something that isn't solved in the spot that green is going to go into. So now when we move green up, green is going to be up there with the rest of the edges that we just did, and none of them are going to be obstructed from it. And now here we have another one on the bottom layer, and we can just move this up like this. And say, for example, you had another piece here, and if you were to do this, you would get rid of the white and red. So you just want to move that out of the way, and then add in the last edge. Now just as a coincidence, we happen to get corners in the top, but this doesn't matter. This step only revolves around these edge pieces. I just undid everything, but the main concept that you want to get from this step is learning how to set up edges to go to the top and understanding which sticker is the important sticker. So of course the important sticker will be the white sticker in this case. And if we're just going to take this as an example for how we're going to set up pieces, we just want to move it over to a slice that can be easily moved. So if we just look, now that it's on the left or right side, it's always going to be one move away in the same slice for it to be at the top layer. Now if it was like this and you were looking at it like this, now if it's in the right side, it's going to not have the white sticker on the front. So you want the white sticker in the front, making sure that it will always go into the top layer in one slice. So now that you've had all of the white edges facing the top, you want to bring them all down to the white face now. Now how you want to do this is not just moving all of them all to the bottom face at the same time, but you want to make sure you're pairing them up with the correct color. So here we have, if we just pick any edge, here we have white and green. As you can see, green is supposed to go with the green center. So this just happens to already be correct. And now you just want to move this face down twice. So now that it is already with the white center and it's also paired with its corresponding edge color. So now if we move over, we want to take note of this color of this white edge, and it is orange. So this center that it's going to is not orange. So we want to hold the top layer and move the bottom two layers at the same time until we get it matching with orange. So here's matching with orange, and now we can move it down twice to get to the bottom layer. And here we can move over to the next one. So this one, it is blue, and now we just want to move the bottom two layers at the same time until it matches with blue. And then move it down twice, and now we have the blue edge corresponding with its blue center. And now the last center, it is red, and now we want to move the bottom two layers until we get red, and then move it down twice. And now you've just done the cross. So after you've done the cross, the next step is to get all the corresponding white corners into their spots with the cross. So we just want to look at the top layer for now. So this is the top layer, and look for any white pieces, white corners that are in the top layer. So here we have this white corner right here. And if we look at its colors, you can see that it is white, orange, and blue. And now we just need to look for where white, orange, and blue corner would be. So if we just go over to this, to their centers. So as you can see, this is white, orange, and blue. So we know if a corner were to be here, it would need to be white, orange, and blue, which is this corner. Now we want to bring this corner to above where it's supposed to go. So here is just the slot, and then we have the corner right on top of it. Now there are three different cases that you can get with this corner. As you can see, this corner, the white sticker is facing to the top, but here I have another example. So if we look with the slot on the right, this is now the white color is facing to the right, and now here we can have this other color corresponding it to its slot, and now it's facing you. So these are the three main cases. Now how would you solve these? So this is now where the notation that I've taught you is going to come in handy. So here I've written out the algorithm used to solve the white corner when it's facing up. So make sure the sticker is facing up and that the corner is right above the slot where it needs to go on the right side. And now you want to just do this algorithm. As you can see, I put it in parentheses and a 3. This just means to do this exact sequence 3 times in a row. So all you do is R, U, R prime, U prime. So that's one time. And then R, U, R prime, U prime. That's the second time. And then R, U, R prime, U prime. And that's the third time. And as you can see, this corner is now solved. There's a second algorithm you need to know. And this one solves the case when white is on the right. So make sure the corner is right above the slot needs to go. So as you can see, this corner in this example that I have is whites, blue, and red. And the spot we're above has whites, blue, and red. So the corner that would go here would be white, blue, and red. So make sure that this slot is on the right. And then this algorithm is pretty easy. It's just R, U prime, r prime. Here's the final algorithm you need to know. So this one will solve if white is facing in front of you. So as you can see in this example, we have white, orange, and blue on this corner, and we're right above the white, orange, and blue. So this corner right here, for it to be solved, it would need to be white, orange, and blue. So make sure that you have this this corner right above it on the right, and now you just do this algorithm, which is u, r, u prime, r prime. And as you can see, it's solved. So here's a final example that I'm going to give. Say you wanted to solve a corner that is in the bottom layer. So this corner, as you can see, it does not belong here because it is white, red, and green. As you can see, the slot that it's in has white, green, and orange. So this corner is wrong. So how would you solve this? So first you want to take the corner out since you know it's wrong, it doesn't belong there. So you can use any one of these algorithms I already taught you. So here we're just going to use this algorithm. So we're going to use u, r, u prime, r prime. And as you can see, we have taken the corner out. So this corner is white, red, and green. So that means it needs to go above the white, red, and green slot. So here's the white, red, green slot. As you can see, this corner, for it to be solved, it would need to be white, red, and green. So just if you've been paying attention, the algorithm to solve this is this algorithm right here, which is u, r, u prime, r prime. So once you've finished all of the corners, so as you can see, these corners are all matching the correct color with the edges. You now want to move on to the corresponding edges that belong above the corners. So here you just want to find a piece that does not have yellow on it. So we can just take this piece right here. So as you can see, this piece is green and red. Now we want to pay attention to this front piece right here. So this is red. And we want to move this so that its corner or its center is matching with the edge piece. So as you can see, this is orange, doesn't match. This is green, doesn't match. And this is red. So as you can see now, this green and red edge is matching with the corner, or not the corner, the center. And now we want to know which direction this piece is going to go. And now what I mean by direction is if you remove the front face, would this edge belong here or would it belong here? As you can see, it is red and green, so it wouldn't be here because this is the green or this is the blue center. It would belong here to match with the green center. So as you can see, if we were to theoretically move it like this, it would be matching. So it would make a line like this. But that's not how you solve it. How you would solve it is once you've identified that it is going to the right, you want to hold it so that the edge is in front of you like this, and you want to do this algorithm. So you have u, r, u prime, r prime. And as you can see, we've just mashed them up like this. And then we want to insert it using this algorithm. So this is called a pair insertion. So we want to do f, r prime, f prime, r. As you can see, we've moved this pair into its corresponding slot. You have another case where the edge can go. So the last case was the edge going to the right, but this case is now the edge going to the left. So as you can see, we have matched the edge, the front edge with its corner or with its center. And we can see that its top color is blue, and blue is going to the left in this case. So if we were to move it like this, blue would be making this line, which means it's solved. But that's not how you solve it. And you would solve it using this algorithm. And if you couldn't tell, this is actually the lefty algorithm of the case I just showed you. So it will go like this: u prime, l prime, u, l, and then this is the lefty edge insertion, f prime, l, f, l prime. As you can see, we have solved the edge going to the left. I do have one more example for this, and this is a pretty rare case, but say you no longer had any edges without yellow on the top, and as you can see, it's not the first two layers aren't solved yet. So as you can see, this edge does not belong here since it is blue and orange, and the piece that would need to be here would need to be green and orange. And as you can see, green and orange is over here. So how would you take this out to put it over here? You could use any one of these algorithms. As you can see, we can just use the top algorithm for this case, which is the edge piece going to the right, which is u, r, u prime, r prime, and then we insert the corner, f, r prime, f prime, r. And as you can see, we've kept the corner here, but we've taken the edge piece into the top layer instead of is incorrect slot. So now we can insert this piece using the algorithms that I just taught you. So since this this orange and green piece is going to the left, and we hold it in front of you, and you can just do this algorithm, which is U, L prime, U, L, and then F prime, L, F, L prime. So now, once you've solved the bottom two layers like this, we are now able to move on to the next step, which is getting the yellow cross now. So it's kind of like the first step, which is getting the white cross, but now we're getting the yellow cross onto the top. So as you can see, this is what the yellow cross will look like. We want to ignore the colors of the corners for now, as we're only paying attention to the edges. So as you can see, this one already has the cross, so that means this one is solved. If your cube looks like this, then you can skip this step. But if you have any of these three cases, then this is what you need to know. This is the only algorithm you actually need to know for this. So we can just do this one first. So this is the algorithm you need to know. And make sure you want to position this this line so that's going from left to right. And you want to hold it like this. And then you want to do this algorithm, which is F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. Now as you can see, we have solved the cross like this. And of course, the corners don't matter right now. And now here, we have this L case. You want to make sure the L is going this direction. So as you can see, it's going to the top left. And you want to hold it like this and do this algorithm. So F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. As you can see, you set up a line case like this, and you can just do this algorithm again. So F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And now you solve the cross for this. And now if you have the dot case, you're just going to do this 3 times. So F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. Now as you can see, once you've done it once, you now have the L case. And remember, you need to bring the L so that it's going to the top left. And you want to do it again. So F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And now you see you set up the line again. And then F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And now you have the cross. So after you've done the yellow cross, the next step is to get all the corners to face up. So how are you going to do this? You're just going to do this algorithm, but don't do it yet. What you first have to do is have the yellow center on the bottom this time, and then you can do this algorithm. Now, as you can see, I have a question mark. What does the question mark mean? Basically, you want to do this algorithm until the corner faces down. So we're just going to do it, this algorithm. So RU, R prime, U prime. As you can see, we did it once, nothing happened. RU, R prime, U prime, we did it twice. As you can see, now it's down here, but it's not facing down yet. And then we can do it again, RU, R prime, U prime. As you can see, nothing happened yet. RU, R prime, U prime. And don't forget the last U prime every single time. And as you can see, now that we've done this algorithm a couple of times, the yellow is now facing down. Now, don't pay attention to the rest of the cube. It might look like you're messing up everything you just did, but keep with me for the rest of this step. Now you want to move this bottom layer to have this spot with another unsolved yellow corner. So we can just move it down. As you can see, this yellow corner is not solved right now as it's not facing down. And we can just do this again until it's solved. Make sure you're doing the last U prime. As you can see, now it's solved. And then we can go to the next corner. And then we can just do it until it's solved. And then the last corner, we can do this algorithm until it's solved. So once you've gotten all the yellow to face up, you want to do, the next step is to get all of the corners to be solved like this. So as you can see, we have the reds facing the red side, then the greens, the orange, and the blue. So if your cube already looks like this, or if it's already solved, then you're already done. But if you don't, like if your cube looks like this, so all the colors are messed up on the yellow side, you want to do this step. So first, you want to identify what I call headlights. So what are headlights? They're just where two colors, two corners, and their colors are matching like this. So as you can see, on this case, we have two reds as corners, and they're matching like here. But if we look at this, as you can see, there are no headlights, no headlights, no headlights, because none of them are matching. But if you do find headlights, then you want to have them on the left, like this, and then you want to do this algorithm, which is R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. And now, as you can see, after we've done that, if we just align the cube, we have the corners and they are solved. So say you didn't have any headlights like this case I just showed you, you can just hold it anywhere. It doesn't matter how you hold it. Do this algorithm once. And then now, as you can see, if we look around again, we now have headlights. And now we can position the headlights on the left. And then we can do this again. So R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. And now we have, if we just align the cube, we have the corners solved. So now that you solved all the corners on your cube, you're only one step away from solving the rest of the cube. So there are 4 major cases, and there's actually 5, but the 5th one is just this cube being solved. So we're not gonna look at that. But there are 4 major cases, and we're just gonna look at one right now. So first you wanna identify if there's a solid color. And as you can see, there is a solid face right here. And if you do have a solid face, you wanna have this solid face facing you to the back. So there are actually 2 cases with solid colors. So as you can see this, there are 2 solid colors in the back. And now the main difference is how these edges are permuted. So if we look at this case, we can see that this is red, and then red will go here, and then this is orange, and then orange needs to go here, and this is green, and then green needs to go here. So if we look at the cycle that we just did, these edges, they're going in a clockwise rotation. Now if we look at this, as you can see, this edge is green, and green does not go over here. Green is going to the right. And then this blue piece is going across, and then this red piece is going right here. So if we look at this cycle, this is going in a counterclockwise rotation. So to solve either of these, you need to know this algorithm, and this algorithm is actually called a U-perm. So if we just hold it so that the solid color is in the back, we can do this algorithm right here that I have in front of you, which is R, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2. And as you can see, we have solved one of the cases. Now, if we look at this case and we were to do this algorithm, make sure that you have the solid color in the back. So do the algorithm. As you can see, it actually didn't solve it. But what it did was actually change the orientation on where these edges are rotating now. So as you can see, these are now going counterclockwise. So green goes here, orange goes here, red goes here, which before it was going clockwise. So now we can just do this algorithm again, and then it's solved. Now say, for example, you didn't have any solid color face. So as you can see, there's no face with a solid color on this. So we can just do this algorithm again. And now we can look for a solid color. So as you can see, there's now a solid color here. And then make sure we position it in the back. And then we do the algorithm again. And then now it's solved. And then this is the same for this case. So there's no solid color. And then after you do the algorithm once, you can find the solid color in the back, put it in the back, do it again. And now the cube is solved. So that is how you solve a Rubik's Cube.